Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for allowing me this opportunity. Right Honourable Speaker, I raise on a matter that touches on the way this Parliament is proceeding. We had an issue, and indeed we came up with a motion in respect to our commissioners for the removal of our commissioners. And we did all that is provided for under our rules. That included, among others, drafting a motion with grounds and then the collection of signatures, which we did. And under these very rules, Right Honourable Speaker, a notification was made to the Clerk to Parliament, having satisfied all the requirements. And indeed, we knew the process had been set into motion. And it was clear that within 14 days, the matter would be brought on the floor of Parliament for debate, so that it can end in one way or the other. I'm not standing here to say that the motion must have succeeded. That's not my statement. But I'm saying the motion should have gotten justice, having scored on all the grounds, having set it into motion. It had to be entertained by this House. There were other issues that happened where those being accused chose to take themselves to court, were not witnesses, we did not give evidence. Thank you. But, Right Honourable Speaker, a motion supported by 186 signatures formed part of Parliament. Right Honourable Speaker, the moment it gotten into the processes of Parliament, it had to be processed to its logical conclusion. To its logical conclusion. While we were in Gulu, I rose on the same matter, and the then presiding officer, the Right Honourable Speaker, used some other language, but then the essence was that will be handled in Kampala. And here we are in Kampala. Right Honourable Speaker, as members of Parliament and you, our leader, the Speaker, we are all subject to the rules. When without any justification, yes, indeed we got correspondences, but once a matter had gotten underway, it had to be resolved by way of chair. The Speaker in chair would give a ruling in one way or the other, having received this motion. And we waited. In one way or the other, we cannot go by letters. But the House had to be constituted, fully constituted, so that we get a ruling from the Speaker while seated in the chair, because that is the authority you get over this House. To date, we've not gotten that. And we are looking at the rules. We are forced. No. Yes. Most obliged, Honourable Odria. Thank you for the input. And indeed, he's making me look at our rules of procedure and Rule 224. Rule 224, when everything else is stopped, we have no way out but to look at Rule 224. Rule 224 talks about the contempt of Parliament, where an act or omission which obstructs or impedes Parliament in the performance of its function, or which obstruct or impedes a member or officer of Parliament in the discharge of his duties, or affronts the dignity of Parliament, or which tends either directly or indirectly to produce such a result, shall be contempt of Parliament. And we are extremely constrained, Right Honourable Speaker, with a lot of pain for us to go through the rules once again. You are our leaders. You are presiding over this House. But these rules don't give you also room to hold Parliament in contempt. They don't. And when we read the letters written that there has been a court directive, once court ruled that Honorable Zake be reinstated as a commissioner, and it has never been effected. How come that now the judgments are being applied selectively, Right Honourable Speaker? We are humble before you. We are before you. This is our House. Before you know it, Right Honourable Speaker, according to the evidence we have, we went to court and got a record of proceedings. And in the record, you'll be surprised. There are 2 sets of minutes of that very impugned service award. In one of the minutes, chaired by the Right Honourable Speaker, with commissioners, Honourable Matthias Mpuga, Honourable Kampulira, Honourable Sirwanyi, and Honourable Esther Foyochan, and other members of staff. But another set, we are seeing the Right Honourable Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, you attended that meeting, and other commissioners. So every day as these matters stay on, there are new inputs being made. And yet from the word go, the Deputy Speaker was not in that meeting. But finally what we are getting now, you are part of that meeting. And there are changes. Every day we delay, new inputs are being made, corrections to the minutes are being made, and we are left at a loss. So, Right Honourable Speaker, why are you doing this injustice to this House?
Thank you.
Why are you doing the injustice to this country? We are humble before you. But as we wait for your time to bid, you are putting in other innovations in the minutes. You are putting other record on the minutes. And we look ugly. This House is looking ugly. We are looking very bad, Right Honourable Speaker. And we thought we should avoid the technicalities. You must rule on this motion in one way or the other. We may lose the motion, that doesn't matter. But for the honourable members who appended their 186 signatures, they need justice to this matter. We can't just walk away. We need justice, because short of this, you will never get a motion to be supported and sponsored by members of Parliament.
Thank you.
And Right Honourable Speaker, as I take my seat, I beg that you guide strongly and firmly this House on our motion and what you want us to do. Tell us what you want us to do. Having fulfilled all the requirements, all everything possible. But at the end of the day, the bigger picture we have is we all contribute in the fight against corruption. We are all, we are going to say that we are holier than others. But we are saying we are making our humble contribution in the fight against corruption. And this fight must begin with us. And whereas you stood tall, I'm telling you, the records we have, your name has also been included as we speak now. I therefore rest my case. Yes, we have it. I rest my case, Right Honourable Speaker, and will await your guidance on the matter. I thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's take it easy from here. Thank you, Honourable Sechkubo. And I think it was very important for you to raise this matter. Number one, I received copies of the communications between you, the lead petitioner, and the Right Honourable Speaker. The Right Honourable Speaker chose to communicate that way because that's a matter which had not yet come on the floor. It had not yet come on record on the floor. It was a matter that was still in the process. If it had been a matter that had been already on the floor in terms of the petition reaching here, her ruling would have been here. That's number one. Number two, in that communication, the Right Honourable Speaker communicated to you properly that she had invoked the res judicata rule, which means a matter that is being handled by a competent court. I saw your response to her, and where you were contesting, but she said the subject matter had been adequately dealt with by the courts, and the same courts had ruled in previous cases, warning Parliament and any other institution against going on with matters on which court has already pronounced itself, whereby the only option that would be available would be an option of appealing to court. So, as presiding officers, we determine the business that gets placed on the order paper. But in doing that, we must be very cautious of our national laws. The moment the laws hinder you, this is not the opinion of the Speaker or her wish, no. This is a court ruled on that same subject matter, and her hands are tied. Okay? Her hands are tied. If you want this to be communicated to MPs, I think we can do that. That shouldn't be a problem, Honourable. But really, I request Honourable colleagues that this is a matter where the leadership of Parliament has given very clear guidance, and the hands are tied. May I allow Honourable Alion on the same?
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, with due respect and with the proper interpretation of various court rulings, take an example, the one of Zake, where court ruled that Zake should be accepted, back, reinstated to the commission. It is this same Parliament, led by Anita Among, who listen carefully, who disrespected the court ruling and locked him out till date. Right Honourable Speaker, it's this same Parliament, get me carefully, it's this same Parliament that is now going into contempt of the rules and procedure of the Parliament of Uganda. Right Honourable Speaker, our petition was very clear. Rule 110 of the procedures of this Parliament gave us various options to launch our petition. We did not look at service award. Actually, the rule does not have a provision. The rules do not provide any provision as service award for impeachment. We have various options, grounds for impeachment. We have grounds of misconduct. Help me with my note. We have grounds of misconduct. We have grounds of having insane brain. Yes, in case a commissioner. And we have grounds of incompetence. And then we have grounds of insanity. So when you look at service award, was not one of our main grounds or the pillars for the petition. Therefore, the court ruling on service award cannot be a ruling to bring down or rubbish our petition. Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, it must be in record that the 168 members of Parliament, 186, pardon me, the 186 members of Parliament who appended their signatures represent constituencies. And I want to give you guarantee to this House that each one of us has a minimum of eligible voters of 25,000. And if you check the 186, that's equivalent of about 4.6 million voters in this country who can determine a vote of a president. Honorable Speaker, we are begging for your indulgence. To be on record, our petition, which has met all the conditions, cannot be rubbished the way the Speaker is trying to do. If she wants to rubbish it, it shouldn't be in a manner of writing to us. The petition has met all conditions to be put on the order paper, and we debate it. Why is it not being debated? We are not 100% sure that we are going to win, but we need a debate. We want to be heard. Why are you not being neutral? What is the problem with the Speaker, Anita Mong? We demand for our petition to be heard on this floor of Parliament. You are not going to let down Ugandans. You are not going to let down the institution of Parliament in this country. You are not going to do this. We are not ready to witness this in history. If you buy to be part of it, I am sorry for you, Right Honourable Speaker. Leave it to the one, because when Gulu, the Speaker, Anita Mong, made it clear that don't bring your manyanga here. We shall handle your matter in Parliament in Kampala. Where is she today? We've been waiting to face her here. Where is she? Why is she running away? We need this matter to be debated. We need this matter to be debated.
Thank you, Honorable.
I rest my case.
Thank you.
And we are monitoring closely. We are not about to give up.
Thank you. Now, Honorable colleagues, I request we don't personalize these matters. Okay. No, Honorable Sechku, please.
No, who doesn't
I've given you opportunity. Yeah, please.
Who doesn't know in this country that our motion is being fought?
Yeah. Thank you. Honorable colleagues, Honorable Sechkubo, you received communication of the Speaker. If you are not satisfied, kindly write back. Okay? No, please, Honorable Sech. No, please, Honorable colleagues. Thank you. Next item.
Right Honourable Speaker, just one.
Item.
Right Honourable Speaker, just for this.
Let him mention for the record. Yeah. Honorable Sechkubo.
Speaker, it is still within your powers. Leave alone the correspondences. Once the matter has arisen, whether you are declining it because of the sub judice rule or because of the res judicata, I know this Parliament is not transforming itself into some court. We are not. But also, number two, make a ruling in the chair, because all the requirements for the motion were fulfilled. Make a ruling so that it is part of the Hansard, so that the future generation can quote the same. Because this is a record, and the Hansard can only be the official record of this House. And once the process was underway, you make a ruling in that chair.
Thank you.
Not fall back into correspondences, because it will not be able to address our matter, Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sechkubo. I've noted your concern. Okay, I've noted that. Kindly allow me to consult. Okay, because even me as a presiding officer, I have technical people I consult. Thank you. Next item.
Item